We really trust our technology. We assume it's subjective, impartial, but what if it's not? Today, we're diving into the powerful ideas in Dr. Ruha Benjamin's incredible book, Race After Technology. It's a work that really forces you to look closer at the code that's quietly running our lives.
So the book kicks off with this really provocative question. Are robots racist? I mean, it sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? But it's designed to make you stop and really think. We just assume our gadgets and algorithms are neutral. But are they? Really?
Most of us see tech as this clean slate, Code is just math, ones and zeros. It's supposed to be our escape from all the messy, biased stuff that comes with being human, a leap into a world of pure, cold logic.
But what if that whole idea is a myth? What if, instead of escaping our biases, our technology is actually learning them? This is the huge question Ruha Benjamin tackles, this idea that our oldest social problems, our deepest hierarchies, are getting a 21st century digital upgrade.
And that brings us to the core concept of the book. It's something she calls the new Jim Code. And it's all about how discrimination is, getting automated, baked right into the systems that are starting to govern more and more of our world.
So what is the new Jim Code exactly? Now, this is crucial. It's not about some programmer with hateful ideas coding a machine to be racist. Not at all. It's about how these systems, even when they're built with the best intentions, can end up reproducing inequality just by learning from the biased data of our already unequal world.
And this quote from Benjamin just nails the danger perfectly. Automation doesn't just copy discrimination, it puts it on steroids. It makes bias faster, way harder to spot, and even tougher to challenge because it's all wrapped up in this shiny cloak of technological neutrality.
Okay, so when these systems mess up, we usually just call it a glitch, right? An error. But what if these aren't just random mistakes? Benjamin argues that they're actually symptoms of a much deeper, systemic issue. They're moments where the biased logic humming just beneath the surface reveals itself.
Take this example. It seems almost silly, but it shows a profound truth. An AI was built to judge a beauty contest, and because the data it was trained on basically equated beauty with whiteness, that's what it chose. The AI wasn't being malicious, it was just a mirror, perfectly reflecting the biases we fed it.
And this is where it goes from a beauty contest to something with life-altering consequences: predictive policing. These algorithms are fed historical crime data. But if that data already reflects biased policing practices, the algorithm just learns to send more police into those same neighborhoods. It creates this dangerous feedback loop where the algorithm's prediction ends up justifying the original bias. It's basically digital racial profiling.
And this stuff is everywhere. You see it in facial recognition systems that are way less accurate for women and people of color, or in mapping apps that don't account for the realities of certain neighborhoods. This isn't a bug, it's discrimination by default, baked right into the design of the system.
This leads to another really fascinating idea in the book, what she calls the visibility trap. It's this paradox where technology can make marginalized communities seen in all the wrong ways, while at the same time making them totally invisible where it really counts.
So on the one hand, communities become hyper-visible, subjected to intense surveillance and control. Think back to that predictive policing example. But on the other hand, they're invisible in the design process. Their needs, their faces, are literally left out of the data that's used to build these very tools. So you're seen by the police, but not by the programmer. It's a heck of a trap.
And look, this is not a new problem. Benjamin points to this really stark historical example. Polaroid actually developed tech specifically to make black people more visible for the passbooks that were used during apartheid. In that case, visibility wasn't about empowerment, it was a tool for oppression, for control.
So what do we do about all this? The first impulse is always to find a quick tech fix, right? A better algorithm, maybe a new app. But Benjamin urges us to be really cautious, to question whether these so-called fixes actually fix anything at all.
This slide really lays out the critical difference between a quick fix and real justice. On the left, you've got what Benjamin calls technological benevolence. Think of an ankle monitor instead of a jail cell. Yeah, it seems kinder, but it's really just a high-tech leash, a new tool for surveillance. On the right is the call for real justice, getting to the root causes and actually empowering communities, not just finding more efficient ways to manage them.
Now, this explainer isn't just about pointing out all the problems. It's about finding a new path forward. The final part of the book is all about how we can start to retool our solidarity and reimagine what justice could actually look like in our tech-driven world.
So how do we build this new framework? Benjamin lays out 4 key principles. First, we need to slow down. We have to abandon that move fast and break things mentality. Second,
We have to center the voices of the people who are most affected by this tech. Third, the goal isn't just to reform things, it's to build tools that actively dismantle oppressive systems. And finally, communities need to reclaim their own data and use it for social justice, not just for corporate profit.
And this brings everything full circle. This quote is so powerful because it reframes the whole conversation. If you understand that race itself has always been a kind of technology, a system invented to create and manage social hierarchy, then it becomes so much easier to see how our new digital technologies can end up doing the exact same thing.
In the end, technology is a mirror. It just reflects the values, the priorities, and yeah, the biases of the society that creates it. So the real question isn't about the tech itself. The question is for us. What kind of world do we want that mirror to reflect? And what choices are we going to make to build it?